अब शान्ति आउँछ कि जीवनमा के भनौँ र खै धोका दिनेलाई के भनौँ र खै तिमी हाँसाना मै बचाउँला रोइ बल्ल बल्ल लोकतन्त्र आयो कालो बादल फाटेर घाम लाग्यो के भनौँ र खै धोका दिनेलाई के भनौँ र खै तिमी हाँसाना मै बचाउँला रोइ लोकतन्त्र आयो कालो बादल फाटेर घाम लाग्यो के भनौँ र खै.
This was not the first time the people of Nepal struggled to attain their political rights. People of this country, which has never faced foreign subjugation in its entire history, have ironically fought for the past 7 decades, seeking recognition as citizens instead of the king's subjects and for democracy. And now, along with the democratic practice, we are in the process of drafting a new constitution.
संविधान सभा हैन त्यो थाहा छैन तो हामी जान्दै जान्दैन अब के भन्नु केन्द्रको सरकार केन्द्रमा राख्ने प्रान्तको सरकारमा राखेर जनताको जस्तो के रे चाहिँ चाहेका छन् त्यो मुजुङ गर्ने चाहिँ यहाँको जनताले त्यो बुझेका छन् ल संघीय शासनको कसैले विरोध गर्छ भने त्यो पार्टीले भोट पाउँदैन त्यो व्यक्तिले पाउँदैन
संविधान सभा भनेको त अरूले भनेको त सुनिन्छ आफूलाई त त्यो पनि थाहा छैन के हो क्या अब पढेर सुनाए के हो के न राम्रो कुरो सुनाउँछ न राम्रो कुरो सुनाउँछ आफ्नो आँखाले चाहिँ देख्दैन रिटा गेडा त
फख्र से सर सदा जिसका ऊंचा रहा जिसका रोशन अभी माजियो हाल है जिसने ताक़े गुलामी को पहना नहीं सिर्फ ऐसा मेरा देश हाल है सिर्फ ऐसा मेरा देश.
In the 18th century, warrior king Prithvinarayan Shah unified many princely states, bringing the country to its present shape and size. The unification marked the beginning of the rule by the Shah dynasty. But in 1847, the Ranas took over power from the king and remained the de facto rulers for 104 years. The people revolted against the Rana oligarchy, and in 1951, the Rana regime gave way for democracy. After years of political instability that followed, general elections were held in 1959. And for the first time, the people had an elected government. B.P. Koirala, who led the 1951 movement, became the first Prime Minister of the people. But in less than 2 years, King Mahendra dissolved both the government and the parliament, brought democracy to an end, and started a tyrannical, partyless panchayat rule. The referendum of 1980 weakened the panchayat system, though it defeated the multi-party system. The historical movement of the people in 1990 overthrew the panchayat system and restored multi-party democracy. Within a year, a democratic constitution was introduced which, for the first time, made the people sovereign. Less than 6 years after the restoration of multi-party system, the Communist Party of Nepal Maoists started an armed insurgency in 1996. In the meantime, the entire family of King Birendra was killed, shocking the whole world. The subsequent rise of the ambitious King Gyanendra pushed the country to further doom.
जनताको चाहना पूरा गर्न हामीबाट वर्तमान मन्त्री परिषद आजैबाट विघटन गरिबक्सेका छौं।
In November 2005, a 12-point agreement was signed by the 7 political parties and the Maoists. This agreement provided the Maoists an opportunity to suspend the armed movement and participate in a peaceful, democratic movement. The peaceful movement, led by the parties, turned into a mass movement of the people. The people finally forced the king to relinquish on April 4, 2006.
विघटन भएको प्रतिनिधि सभालाई यसै घोषणा मार्फत पुनर्स्थापित गरिबक्सेका छौं।
The success of the People's Movement second left King Gyanendra powerless. The political parties are now committed to write a democratic constitution through a Constituent Assembly elected by the people. Power has shifted from Narayanhiri Palace to Singhadarbar. The Maoists have become a part of the parliament, and the responsibilities assumed by the king is being transferred to the Prime Minister. Till now, Nepal has seen 5 constitutions written in the Rana regime, Panchayati system, and after the restoration of democracy. But none of the constitutions written to this day has had active participation of the people. It is very natural for the people not to have any sentiment or sense of ownership with the constitutions drafted by others. Burning a copy of the 1990 constitution, the Maoist insurgency started. Several rounds of dialogues were held between the Maoists and the government. But each time, the talks hit a deadlock on the issue of the constitution. The issue of the Constituent Assembly was raised a number of times in the country's history. However, it never reached the desired conclusion. After the success of Jana Andholan II, the whole country is in the mood for a Constituent Assembly.
छ भाइ फुटे गवार लुटे भन्ने कुरा साँचो छ तर कुर्सीको लागि भाइ भाइ फुट्नुहुन्न बोली जनताको बोली
There have been various turning points in the history of Nepal. But the voices of the people, their expectations, and their right to participate in governance were never respected. Dalits, Janajatis, Madhesis, and women never felt respected as rightful citizens of the country. The greatest failure of the 1990 Constitution also lay in its refusal to address the diversity of the country.
I think people's participation is extremely important. People need to feel they have been engaged in the process, that the document that comes out is their document, they have a sense of ownership. But on more practical terms, I think the new constitution of Nepal must deal with the question of the diversity of its peoples and its multilingual, multi-religious, multi-ethnic character, which is different from the 1990 constitution.
Now, the people want their voices to be heard through the Constituent Assembly. Voices are coming up strongly against the centralized rule from Kathmandu and for the establishment of autonomous regions. These demands have been given names such as state restructuring, federal state, autonomy, and the right to self-determination. It is hoped that a federal state structure will empower the neglected communities and regions, develop them, and bolster self-esteem of the neglected groups.
सबैको अस्तित्वलाई नस्वीकारेको, सबैको अधिकारको समानतालाई प्रत्याभूति नगरेको समस्या त्यो हो भने समाधान अब संविधान सभामा सबै जात जाति वर्ग क्षेत्रले सहभागिता हुन पाउनुपर्छ र सबैले आफू नै उपस्थिति भएर संविधान बनाउन पाउनुपर्छ र बन्ने नयाँ संविधान सबैको अधिकार बराबर रहेको, सबैको अस्तित्व स्वीकारिएको र बन्ने राज्य संरचना भनेको नेपालको विशिष्टता जातीयताको आधार हो, नेपालको विशिष्टता भौगोलिक विविधता हो, नेपालको विशिष्टता क्षेत्रीय विविधता हो। यही कुराहरूलाई आधार मानेर संघीय राज्यको पुनर्संरचना हुनुपर्छ।
Debates on what could be the basis for restructuring of the state continue. Population, geography, economy, politics, and ethno-cultural identity could serve as the major basis. Language, history, and resources could also be the parameters. Whatever the basis ultimately chosen, it is believed that state restructuring will strengthen democracy, social justice, national unity, and territorial integrity. While making preparations for a constituent assembly to write a new constitution of the country, we have numerous issues which need to be urgently addressed.
व्यक्तिगत अधिकारको कुरा, बाँच्न पाउने अधिकारका कुराहरू, किनभने धेरैजसो मान्छेहरू हराउन विवश भए, धेरैजसो मान्छेहरूलाई बेपत्ता पारियो, धेरैजसो मान्छेहरू मर्न विवश भए, त्यस्तै किसिमले राज्य प्रणालीबाट पनि त्यस्तै खालको त्रुटिहरू दोहोऱ्याइयो। केवल एउटा पक्षबाट मात्रै भएको छैन, राज्य पक्षबाट पनि कयौं मान्छेहरू हराएका छन्, कयौं मान्छेहरूलाई एक्स्ट्रा जुडिशियल किलिङको मारमा राखिएको छ, गैरकानुनी हत्या, गैरकानुनी थुना लगायतका दर्जनौं ह्युमन राइट्स भायोलेसनका घटनाहरू छन्।
Nepal's history is witness to the fact that innocent people are always the losers. Religion, law, or the state was never able to give them justice. But the extent to which Nepalese people suffered in the 10 years of conflict at the hands of both the Maoists and the state is unimaginable. Chepangs constitute an endangered ethnic group that is fighting against backwardness and the crisis of identity. The Rautes, like the Chepangs, have not felt the presence of the state in any aspect and live in worse conditions than the Chepangs. There are many communities in the country living in such difficult situations.
सरकारलाई यसो के उत्थान गर्न पाएदेखि हाम्रो घाँस बाँस अनि कपास यसो गर्न पाएदेखि धेरै राम्रो हुन्थ्यो कल्याण हुन्थ्यो भन्ने कुरा हाम्रो एकदम धारणा छ.
Women, who cover half the population of the country, are lagging behind in every sector. They contribute equally, but their voices are never heard well. They have a bitter experience of being ignored by the state as well as by the society. In order to end injustice and violence on women, they are demanding equal share in governance.
नाम मात्रको प्रतिनिधित्व गराउने होइन कि उनीहरूलाई न्यायोचित रूपमा उनीहरूको पूर्ण रूपेण सहभागिता कसरी हुन सक्दछ त्यसमा चाहिँ मलाई लाग्दछ हामी सबैको ध्यान जानुपर्छ र यदि महिलाहरूलाई चाहिँ हामीले देशका विभिन्न ठाउँमा यदि न्यायोचित रूपमा सहभागी गरायौं भने यो सबैको निम्ति लोकतन्त्र अनि सधैँको निम्ति लोकतन्त्र रहन सक्छ.
The problems of the Dalits is also acute. Apart from being poor and illiterate, they also face social discrimination. The Dalits are still considered untouchables. To rescue themselves from this situation, they demand a proportional representation in all organs of the state.
जब संविधानले दलितका लागि न्याय गर्नुपर्ने अवस्था हुन्छ कसरी न्याय गर्न सकिन्छ भने जब त्यो बनाउने प्रक्रियामा नै दलितहरूलाई चाहिँ थ्रुआउट द प्रोसेस नै के गरिन्छ भने उनीहरूलाई संलग्न गराइन्छ सहभागी गराइन्छ र उनीहरूको कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ त्यसभित्र चाहिँ प्रतिबिम्बित गरिन्छ भनेदेखि त्यसले चाहिँ एक खालको न्याय गर्न सक्ला भन्ने हाम्रो ठम्याइ हो.
To ensure social justice, bolster self-esteem and development of the region, the Madhesi community has demanded recognition of Madhes as an autonomous region. Similar expectations are being put forth by people from the Tharu communities to the residents of Churebhawar mid-hills. Rais and Limbus living in Nepal's eastern hills are demanding the right to self-determination and autonomous state. Besides, there are people in the hilly and mountainous regions like the Karnali zone facing exclusion. They are not only denied basic services like health and education, but also face an unending situation where they cannot have 2 meals a day.
निरंकुश काठमाडौँले उठाएको खुडाको धार र यो संविधानको नियतहरुमा के फरक छ.
Nepal is a country in which, despite the diversity and the differences, people share a common feeling of national pride. They share a common desire for social justice, progress, self-determination, and independence. They pride on being the citizens of Nepal. This unity in diversity is the ideal of democracy and also the identity of the country. The People's Constitution will make this fact shine further.
अन्य चुनावहरू राज्यको निकायमा पदपूर्ति गर्ने राजनीतिक पदपूर्ति गर्ने अथवा शासक र शासनमा जाने प्रतिनिधिहरू छान्ने हिसाबले हुन्छ भनेदेखि संविधान सभाको चुनाव भनेको एउटा अनन्त कालसम्म पछिको पुस्ताका लागि पनि उपयोगी हुने गरेर मुलुकको चाहिँ शासन व्यवस्था कसरी व्यवस्थित गर्ने भन्ने कुरा निर्णय गर्नलाई गरिन्छ। त्यसैले अरू चुनावभन्दा यो भिन्न हो र यो केवल यो सत्तामा पुग्नका लागि मात्रै पार्टीहरूको प्रतिस्पर्धामा सीमित हुनु हुँदैन। कम्तीमा पनि जनताले खोजेका छन् उनीहरूलाई शिक्षा, रोजगार र स्वास्थ्योपचारको न्यूनतम सुविधा आफ्नै घर दैलोमा पुग्न सकोस् भन्ने हो। र संविधान झट्ट हेर्दा संविधान सभाको काम चाहिँ नि यसलाई पुरा गर्ने होला जस्तो पनि लाग्न सक्छ। राजनीतिक होला संविधान सभाको काम भने जस्तो मानिसलाई लाग्न सक्छ, त्यो होइन। यस्ता आधारभूत कुराबाट पनि संविधान निर्माणको कुरा आउन सक्दछ। त्यसलाई संवैधानिक भाषा दिने काम हो। सबैलाई चाहिँ शिक्षा, रोजगारी र स्वास्थ्य सुविधा हुनेछ भने संविधान यसै गरी लेख्नुपर्छ भन्ने जरुरी छैन। तर त्यसलाई लेख्ने एउटा स्किल चाहिँ नि संविधान निर्माताहरूमा हुनुपर्छ।
Constitution of the people can be drafted only with the active participation of the people. The Constituent Assembly is for this purpose. This is a rare opportunity that comes only once in a lifetime of a person or a nation. Therefore, there has to be extensive discussion with the people on the future of Nepal before the election of the Constituent Assembly. The root causes of exploitation and injustice have to be identified and the subdued sentiments have to be brought out. The Constitution will direct each step of the country's future. Therefore, there has to be open discussion with experts and the general people from villages to the cities on each and every issue to be included and excluded in the new Constitution. Such discussions will raise people's awareness and prevent anyone from misinterpreting or misusing the Constitution in the future.
It is important to get a good constitution. But a good constitution by itself cannot solve a country's problems. A constitution is a framework for the conduct of the state, rights of citizens, but unless people take responsibility for the implementation of the constitution, vote at election times and vote sensibly, stand up for their rights, the constitution will do nothing. So the constitution is a beginning, and for Nepal to succeed in its aspirations, people must take a very active role in public affairs, and the state institutions must faithfully follow the constitution.
The Constituent Assembly is only a medium to build the constitution, but it is the most effective medium because of its process of implementation, degree of people's participation, representation of expectations of the people, their ownership of the constitution, and recognition of people's supremacy. The people will elect their representative for the Constituent Assembly. Each individual, family, and society will create a political community for a common goal. The election of the representative and the constitution to be drafted through the elected representative will be in the hands of the people. The person elected in this way will move forward the process of drafting the constitution as per the aspirations of the people. The constitution drafted and implemented by the people in this way would be a symbol of national unity and integrity. However, for this, widespread participation and understanding is a must in the constitution writing process so as to ensure that the outcome represents their expectations and aspirations.
उसलाई सबभन्दा बढी हिंसा नबढोस्, राजतन्त्रको अन्त्य होस्, लोकतन्त्रको स्थापना होस्, गणतन्त्रको स्थापना होस्, जनताले फेरि यस्तो पहिलेको जस्तो घटनाहरू नडोहोरियोस् अनि त्यस्ता किसिमका शान्ति चाहेको छ के।
हामीलाई के लाग्छ भने अझै पनि एक भाषा, एक धर्म र एक संस्कृतिलाई घुमाइफिराइ प्रधानता दिने कुचेष्टा गरिरहेको छ। त्यसकारणले गर्दाखेरि यतातिर यहाँका राजनेताहरूको ध्यान जान जरुरी छ। यी समयमै यो कुरालाई ख्याल गरिएन भने भोलि फेरि मुलुक अर्को गृहयुद्धको चपेटामा फस्छ जस्तो हामीलाई लाग्छ।
कान त हाम्रा काना छन् सर,
मुक्तामा होइ बाटो छ, हाम्रो आँखा त अन्ध छन्। अब हाम्रो बच्चाहरूको अन्ध त नहोस् भनेर हामी बुझ्नु पर्दैन।
नयाँ संविधानले सर यो कृषकहरूको हितको काम गर्नुपर्छ, किसानले पनि पाउनुपर्छ, किसानहरूले पाउने सुविधा पाउनुपर्छ। केन्द्रमा बजेट पनि छ। नेपालको बजेट कस्तो छ भने रेडियो सुन्दै गर्छौँ हामीहरू, आधाभन्दा बढी कृषिमा लगानी गर्छौँ भन्ने कुरा, तर किसानसम्म उनलाई 5 पैसा पनि पुग्दैन।
शान्ति पाउनुपर्छ अनि पढ्न लेख्नको सुविधा हुनुपर्छ।
यो अपाङ्गता भएका व्यक्तिहरूको पहुँच वृद्धि कसरी हुनसक्छ र अर्थमूलक सहभागिता खोज्ने खालकै एउटा कार्यक्रमहरू र त्यो सुनिश्चित गर्ने प्रावधानहरू चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ र त्यही अनुसारले अपाङ्गता भएका व्यक्तिहरूलाई अगाडि बढाउनुपर्छ।
संविधान सभाले तराई, पहाड, हिमाल सबैलाई जोड्ने पुलको काम गर्छ निश्चित रूपले।
संविधान बनाउँदा काठमाडौँमा भ्यालीमा बसेर मात्र हुँदैन। हरेक विकास क्षेत्र, हरेक गाविस, हरेक वार्डमा गएर महिला, दलित, बालबालिका अनि जात जातिका हिसाबले पनि त्यहाँ समावेशीकरण हुनुपर्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्दछ।
The Nepali people are drafting a new constitution through the Constituent Assembly. To reflect the expectations and requirements, our active participation in the constitution drafting process is a must. A constitution written in this way would be the foundation of a new Nepal, which will triumph the dreams of a peaceful and prosperous Nepal.
बाट उठ बस्ती बस्ती बाट उठ गाउँ गाउँ बाट उठ बस्ती बस्ती बाट उठ यो देशको मुहार फेर्नलाई उठा यो देशको मुहार फेर्नलाई उठा गाउँ गाउँ धनवा बस्ती बस्ती धनवा गाउँ गाउँ धनवा बस्ती बस्ती धनवा खोदे यापा हिले का धनवा खोदे यापा हिले का धनवा नमसा नमसा क्याम सेरेगो बस्ती बस्ती क्याम सेरेगो नमसा नमसा क्याम सेरेगो बस्ती बस्ती क्याम सेरेगो सुन्यु लाली ओ बतारेगो सुन्यु लाली ओ बतारेगो गाम गाम से उठू बस्ती बस्ती से उठू गाम गाम से उठू बस्ती बस्ती से उठू आइते सकरंगरू बदलैला उठू आइते सकरंगरू बदलैला उठू